is Kat. This is my channel, Kat Can Sew, and this is episode 15, I think. I'm re-recording this. I recorded it last week, didn't post it. I'm now recording it again and posting tomorrow. I'm on Instagram under Kat Can Sew, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you. To anybody who's new, I hope you enjoy it. This is my place where I get to talk about my cross stitch. And there's a lot this week. I have touched 11 projects, no, 13 projects, including 2 finishes, 4 starts. So I'm getting right into the stitching. So first up, I finished Celtic Christmas. So anybody who's been following me for a while knows I have been working on this. And here she is. This is stitched on 28 count Cashel in the colorway Heritage from Stitches and Spice, which was an Australian company up until about a decade ago. It is stitched in all of the DMCs, changed out the metallic to petite treasure braid. She's done. She took just over a year. I started her Black Friday 2022 and I finished her at the end of January in 2024. This is actually a series finish for me. I have done all 5 of the Celtic ladies, so I'm going to do these in the order I stitched them. So first up we have Celtic Spring. Again, all the charted colours. I believe this has, did this have needle paints in it? I think this one had needle paints in it. It's either this one or Autumn. This may just be DMC. Again, changed out the DMs to the metallic to petite treasure braid. This is stitched 28 count Cashel in Jacaranda Haze. I purchased all of these. I purchased the charts, the needle paints, and the fabric all from Stitches and Spice. I believe I purchased this one. I may have purchased this one and Spring, and then purchased the rest when Winter was released. This I believe I stitched in the early 2000s. Next up, I believe was Summer and Winter. I'm not sure which order I did them in because they were done over a decade ago. So here is Summer. I do not remember this colorway. Again, 28 count Cashel. Changed out the metallic. Otherwise that is as charted. This does use the needle paints. Winter, this is on Dawn Light, 28 count Cashel. And Autumn on 28 count Tundra. And I think this is the other one that uses the needle paints actually. I think Spring just uses DMC. So yes, they are all now completed. They do need a little bit of TLC. They did get a little bit of water damage while they were in storage when I moved. And I need to work out how I plan on framing them, whether I'm going to frame them all together or, sorry, not all together, I'm just going to mat them and have them all going into the same frame, or whether I want to frame them and just store the frames in the other seasons. I have not decided. My other finish is just a little Mill Hill kit. This is my first February kit. This is finish number 6 for the year. So this is Love Potion. That one took me like 3 weeks to do, and at that it really only took me like 3 sessions, 4 sessions, something like that. Didn't take me long at all. Next, I'm going to work through my projects in the order I touched them. Some of them got touched multiple times, but so the first time I touched them, and my new starts are just going to be in here. So first up, so the first one I worked on was Celtic Christmas. First on, so as I have said, I am doing Fandom Stitching Central. One of the prompts for one of the weeks was stitch on something blue, and I still had this out. So I did all of the blue. This was in Ebenezer. This is from the Forbidden Fibre Co. Christmas Advent. The chart name is On a Christmas, and it is stitched on Counting House. And here is the chart, and here is where I was. So I just did like 300 stitches, 344 of the blue. That is kept in a project bag from Forbidden Fibre Co. That was part of the Advent set. Next up is, so the next project I worked on was Happy Haunts. Here is the project. Here is where I was. This is by Good Morning Maui. I got this from Etsy. And here's where I am. I did 3,300 stitches on this. And so happy. I should get this finished. I had been sitting at like 48% for, I don't think I'd touched this since July, and then in about a week and a half I did another 20%. So this is the section I've worked on. I finished the organ, I finished the glow in the dark. I stitched these ghosts in glow in the dark. Then I just stitched the duelist, the hatbox ghost, the picture frames, and the, how cool is that little spider web? The chest. I did the next line of writing and then realized that I'm not happy with the kerning. And then I worked on the 2 opera ghosts. And I did some work on the trees because they fit prompts for stitching on green. I actually had done a little bit more on this, but I had to pull out the tombstone. It was in the wrong spot. This is stitched on 32 count Lugana in Haunted Mansion from Lavender. Project, the needle minder is from Kim's Creative Needle Minders on Etsy. It's just a Mickey head in black. And I am super proud of myself because it is in a project bag I made. I have like 10 yards of this fabric. I don't need 10 yards for my dress. And then I just lined it in a purple. It is super janky. I didn't press my seams, I just clipped them. I am doing more. I am going to press them as I go. Next I worked on Death by Cross Stitch. Here is the project. Here is where I was. Sorry, I have to reopen my computer because it tells me how many stitches I did. I'm going to restart this, but I will show you where I am. So I'm not happy with the way the colour lies. It back and forwards through the denim, and sometimes my colours, it's mostly down. So I'm going to, decided to restart it in the colour I was going to originally do, which is Mermaid. This is in a Lavender LA fabric. This is a slightly dark on thin ice. The floss is Sentinel. Needle minder is Lavender LA and Ginger Stitch. I don't know when I'm going to restart it. I'm hoping to restart it before the end of the year. But I need to dye a batch of mermaid, and because I don't want to take it out of what we currently have, as we don't have a ton on hand. Does mean that I have 90 yards of it cut that I'm going to work out what to do with. This is a Creative Totes. I got this off Facebook. Next, I worked on To All a Good Night. I do not know what I have done with the cover image or the pattern. I'm working from a copy of Pattern Keeper. Here is the cover image. Here is where I was. I got about 600 stitches on this. To All a Good Night. Yeah, 600 stitches. I'm just over. And here is where I'm at. So I got in the reindeer, I finished the words, started the sleigh, and just working more way down on the sky. I don't have much further down, and I will start the houses. So this is in a Pinky Promises bag. This is embroidered. So pretty. Yeah, when I make them, they're not going to be this fancy. Mine are just together. To All Good Night came in the 2022 Black Needle Society nice list. It is was fully kitted. Pat is by Autumn Lean, and it is just a Opal Lugana. Next up, Disneyland. Here is the cover image. This is by Al Cross Stitch. Nope. This is by Nani Designs. I don't have that on the screen. Here is where I'm at. This is stitched on 40 count Opal, 40 count Easter grass, 2/2, 1/2, so it's super fine. Needle Minders, Black Needle Society, and Kim's Needle Minders, and I'm not sure if I made or Katie made the needle minder. Yeah, so this is going to be a long-term project. I am hoping to get it finished this year because I am using it for my yearly challenge in Fandom Stitches. All up, that actually needs more stitches than this project is because I'm not doing the light. That removed over 30,000 stitches, and this is now only 87. I have 800 done. I'm at 1%. And that rounded up. And that's all the fabric. This is a Stitch and Button project bag with, I think they're all Ginger Stitch AU needle minders. It's a lot of needle minders. Sorry, floss drops. Next up is Rapunzel and Rococo. This is one of my Haze. Here she is where she was. Here is where I currently am. And I'm nearly finished the page. I think I have about 300 stitches left on the page. And then I get into working on her face. Her face only comes down to about 1/3 of the page, and then it's hair. So once I get through a ton of her face is actually block stitching, so it's not this filigree confetti insaneness that I'm currently working on and have been for a while. I do plan on working on this a little bit more this month. It does work for the prompt for the full coverage, and I just want to get the page done. That is on a 30 36 count Edinburgh, probably like mocha or something like that. I don't remember. I never used to keep track of my fabrics. And it is done 2/2. Next up we have Red Lady Pirate. She got a bunch of work done because she fit a couple of prompts. And honestly, I actually did a day where I just worked on her because I felt like working on her. So I am trying to allow myself to do that and not just work for the prompts. So here we go, here she is. I have finished down to the corner. This gold will go around, but otherwise I am finished this corner here. I'm nearly down to the corner over here. I think I've got about 200 stitches left of red, and then that corner will done. And then I've got a little bit left of the pink to go, and then it is just filling in the blue grey of the gown. And then I go in and add all of the whisper and the beads. She's down to about where are we, Red Lady Pirate? We're down to about 4,000 stitches to go, so I am hoping to she will be probably a mid-year finish, if I can get, you know, 500 or 600 stitches on it a month. It'll be done before the end of the year. This is stitched on 28 count Opal Lugana in Tropic Waters. Needle minder is from Angus Little Needle Minders. Next up is a new start. This is the Electrical Light Parade Mandala from Atomic Tiki Pins. I got this on Etsy, and this is tiny. I have done 1%, and even that I think it rounded up. It did. I've done 200. I've done like 0.5%. So here we go. Sorry, it is on an opal to indicate the night. This is 36 count Edinburgh opal, dyed in the colour Hella. Needle minder is from Silks for You. And this one is from Miss Whistle Empire. I did a Kickstarter. It is a unicorn and it says glorious. It is a Critical Role reference. Here we are. I started this on the 10th for Year of the Dragon, as I am working on Elliot. So I am going to try and get another 200 stitches in on this week. As I have a prompt for stitching on green. I probably started on the worst spot ever, as the head is just pure confetti. Nothing flows. There's no 2 consecutive stitches anywhere. I did do the silver in the DMC. I am replacing that with Petite Treasure Braid. One of the colours I need is currently out of stock, so I'm waiting for them all to be in stock, and then I'm going to order the whole lot. I used 4 colours for this project. White, silver, I think a blue and a pink, but don't hold me to those. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I know it's definitely the white and the silver. Oh, a gold and something else. So, she's gonna be big. I think Elliot comes backwards. I'm like, I think Elliot's in the wrong spot, but no, he comes backwards, so I think we're fine. So that's where we're at. I am going to have to double check that before I stitch on it again, as there is an element in the corner that I need to check on. It is not fully kitted yet. This is Black Needle Society bag. This was from the Back to the 80s box. I so far have cutted like 7 colours. I am missing a couple of colours. I do need to do a thread run. I'm just waiting to finish kitting the rest of the colours, and then I know exactly how many colours I've got left to get. I'm also hoping Joann's will do a percentage off. Next up is a Mill Hill kit. This is Bewitching Pumpkin. So I started this at Halloween and then hadn't touched it basically since, because I have been working on other projects. I got 200 stitches in, and I'm nearly halfway done. I'm just over a third done. I have like 3 colours left to go, and then it's the image, so that's going pretty quickly. Honestly, I only spent like 50 minutes on that. And last up is my last new start for this week, and it is Mickey Head. I'm calling this one Heroes just to differentiate them, because I am doing 2. I'm doing the Heroes and the Villains. I have not started the Villains one yet. This is being done as a stitch along as part of Fandom Stitches. Each character gives us 5 points, so slowly working on it. I'm 600 stitches in. I have 2.5 characters in. I have not started putting in the little swirls and the motifs that go around it. I am going to be doing it in, not that one. Instead of the Winter White, I am going to be doing it in the light multi from Petite Treasure Breed, and then the Villains I'm going to do in the dark multi. So I thought that would be cool. I do have both projects fully kitted. These are all on needle floss drops that I have been given from retreats and Black Needle Society boxes, and yeah, mostly retreats. Most of these I've got given at Black Needle Society last year. Needle Jewelry, Floss Jewelry is both from Black Needle Society boxes, and it is in the March Sisters project bag, again from Black Needle Society. I am changing it because I am making project bag in this fabric, with this fabric as the lining. So it's cut, it's not pressed yet, so that's where I'm up to. The fabric is Be Stitch Me by Be Stitch Me. It came in the Black Needle Society best of box. Needle minders are from Dying for Sass and Dying for Sass. And somebody gave that to me at a retreat. And then I have Quick Quotes Quill to do the villains on, because you have to do the villains on acid green, don't you? Acid green's their colour. So that is all of the projects I worked on. Hopefully next week is not going to have as many, but this is 4 weeks worth of work. Almost 3.5. This is going to drop on Wednesday. I'm going to see how that goes for me mentally to get that done. I am working on this at like 2 in the morning, but I'm a night owl, so this is when I'm functional. So we'll see. I'm going to edit this tomorrow, so it'll probably drop tomorrow night. I've got a little bit of haul and a couple of quick life updates, and that will be it. So I'm sorry guys, this is going to be a long one. Okay, first up I got the Love Stitching t-shirt. I do not remember what the fabric color is. This is the turquoise metallic, and it has like a silver shift to it. It is amazing. This is actually the second shirt I got in this colorway, like a purple silver shift. Stunning. And I actually really like it on this color. This is not normally my color, but I wanted to try something different. I don't think it may have been the best choice for me. I think It is a little pink. But it's for Valentine's Day, which is today, so happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And I also got the conversation hearts, the stitching conversation hearts in the hoodie. This hoodie is oversized. I got this in the biggest size they had with the intention of I am going to sew a zip in it. I don't know whether I'm going to do a full zip or just down to the pocket, but I am going to put a zip in it to make it, I don't like things going over my head. I don't like crew necks, I don't like anything that sits too high. I do. So this is like super big, and then I'll just cut through the designs. Like also in the zip. But because this shirt is so big, I probably won't need to do the whole lot. I'll probably just do through to the pocket. This is in, I think the sport grey, could be in heather, in the full colour design. So this, with the intention of this will be my retreat jumper. Part of the reason why I want the full zip. I just don't know if I can get one that long. Like a separating one that's that long. Next up I got the I got new frames, so I got this one, and then I got the smaller one that I'm using on here. I got these from Wonderland. Wonderland Designs on Etsy. I also got the, I forgot to pull it out, give me a second, the turtle bead case, with the intention of using this for separating and sorting my beads for Mill Hill kits. I got a turtle because I like turtles. This has 11 spaces. It really has 7 decent sized ones, and then you've got the 4 little ones as well. So I'm hoping that the magnet is strong enough that once I separate them, I'm not losing beads everywhere. But I do like these, as I said in a previous video. I am hoping to take this one with me. I do need to check the fabric from last year. I do think that this will be the frame I'm using to do if we do a snail at Camp Black Needle Society, as I got my ticket. So let me know in the comments if you're going. Next up I got Vicky from Stitch and Button did a live sale. I did miss the start. I ran in like, I came in when she was doing needle minders, and this was the very last needle minder she did, which was a rainbow, pastel rainbow unicorn, and I fell in love with it straight away. She had this cup earlier, which she did a, cut the stitched heart, and this is my stitching sippy cup. I need a new drinking cup to take with me to retreats. The one I have, I had some black plastic ones, and I have broken one of them. I had cracked the entire side, and one I have broken the lid, so they're not real, like, non-leak, and to be honest I threw away the one that I completely cracked. So this will probably be, I need to get a straw for it. It does have a straw space. Otherwise I can just drink out of it, but because I will probably drink more out of it if I have a straw. So that was that. I also purchased some patterns. I got Buy and Cross Stitch Like I'm Immortal from Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. I have no idea what colours I'm going to stitch this in. Hoping this will be a later this year start, maybe a next year. This is going to be a long-term project though. This is the sample book from Erica Michaels. This is This was a series of patterns that was done in conjunction with Rainbow Gallery. The patterns were all available on Rainbow Gallery. But when they were originally designed, they were designed for each section to be done in a different type of Rainbow Gallery thread. It was being done to like get people to use their different types of threads, because they have a really large range of types of threads. It has been not recharted, but they've like got a new color key for it using just the Splendor silk, but they basically tell you to use what you have. Like find things. I have a bunch of silks that I'm probably going to attempt to use some of them in. The only thing I'm going to do is make sure all of my pages, that all my fabrics are the same stitch count. But it is the entire alphabet. X, Y, and Z are all on one page, so it's 24 pages. And then you have the cover and the back cover, which has numbers on it. And then this also gives you the instructions on how to finish it into the sample book. And it has like different types of stitches, like each pattern has a different, like H for herringbone, Z for zigzag, T for tent, things like that. So you can put in on the bottom what the type of stitch is, and then it's just a bunch of different like letters. So it should be fun. It is just going to be a really long-term project. It's probably going to take me a couple of years. I also brought some Abby Sue designs. Was getting rid of all of her Disney stuff at the start of the month, so I got these are all digital. So it all started with a mouse, the tiki birds, and so these are a little weird. I'm not a fan of the faceless princesses, but I got Lottie and I got Sally Slater, the typewriter girl. My reasoning on these two is I cosplay both of these. So, being faceless, it's a representation of my cosplay, not a representation of the characters. That's the only way I could get it into my head. It's why I only got these two, because I'm not probably ever going to cosplay any of the other princesses. I really want to cosplay some of the more obscure characters. I want to do Slewfoot Sue from Pecos Spell from Make My Music. I want to do Katrina from The Adventures of Mr. Ichabod, Ichabod and Mr. Toad. I want to do the redhead from Pirates of the Caribbean. So yeah, they're the kind of things I want to work on. So these were the only two that she had that were characters that I wanted to cosplay. And so that's where I'm at. One last thing, which is an actual item. I backed a Kickstarter a while ago. I don't actually remember when I backed this. I've got a feeling it was like the middle of last year. It could have even been early last year. To support Mercedes Lackey, who is a fantasy author who has been writing stuff since I think the 80s. I got introduced into it in the late 90s, being the Heralds of Valdemar, or the Valdemar stories being my favorites. And this Kickstarter was basically helping fund both Mercedes Lackey and her partner Larry Dixon are getting up in ages, and it was just trying to help fund a retirement fund in essence, by making stuff people want, because Heralds of Valdemar or any of her series really have not had merch ever. It's been, you know, fan produced stuff, but not much official. It's much like Tamora Pierce. There's very little. There's, I think, one store that has official Tamora Pierce stuff, and nothing in the series nothing that's really grabbed me. So in this series there was patches, pins, t-shirts, digital maps, things like that. I got the pins. I got the full set of pins. So we have the bards, the healers, the artificers, I have no idea how you pronounce it. The heralds. I'm going to take a photo of them and insert it. And the silver griffins, which is done as an enamel flat pin. It's not a insert. The silver griffins being later series in the same universe. My plan is to take the pins off all of these and make them needle minders. I do not use pins. I will use them as needle minders because Heralds of Voldemort. Which again, no idea if that's how it's pronounced. I have listened to audiobooks and I don't remember how, that's how I always read it in my brain when I started reading them back in the 90s. So that is everything stitching related. Down in the comments, in the description box, is going to be a link to a podcast. My husband and one of the friends he goes to or went to high school with started a Nintendo Switch online retro gaming podcast. They're working their way through the catalogue of the Nintendo Switch Online. They have the expansion pack that gets all of the old consoles, and they're working their way through. I'm in episode 15. I guest starred on their Mario Kart episode, so we talked about 3 episodes of Mario Kart. Mario Kart 64, the one for the DS, and one for the Super Mario Kart? Super Circuit? I don't remember. Check it out. All I know is the original one hurt my eyes because too many bright colours. I do like the 64 version. I'm not good at it. I'm really not good at it. I need to practice more. I was playing on 50cc and still being lapped in the second lap. Like, so bad. But it was fun. Listening to Jeremy try to work out what I'm talking about at Whip Parade, because that's when I was filming this. When I recorded that, it was when I was filming my Whip Parade. But yeah, if you're into retro games, go check them out. They've got one more episode in the series, and then they're going to take in the season, then they're going to take a break and come back in probably April. But they've talked about Zelda and caveman games and baseball and pinball and you know, just working their way through the catalogue. And as I said, I did Mario Kart because I used to play a little bit on the DS3D, and I'm a racing game. Like, that used to be what I would play when I was younger because that's what my brother was into. And then last week I met up with Liz from Stitched by Liz and her husband Ross, who are a lovely couple. I'm really glad. I feel so sorry for them. LA has just had the worst weather. They came in right in like record-breaking rainfall. Their first 2 days here was raining all day. I think we got about 10 minutes when I caught up with them on like no rain. But we just chilled out. I went to Universal, saw them there. We just sat down, had lunch, did some shopping. and I was really glad I met them. Here is a photo of me and Liz. This is in the car park when we were leaving because it was raining the whole time we were there, and I had some stuff in my car for her. This was posted on Instagram by Liz last week as well. So glad I got a chance. She also brought me Tim Tams, because, you know, I forgot to buy regular Tim Tams when I was in Australia, as well as some more pineapple lumps, which apparently nobody knows what they are. So I think that is it. Next week I am traveling, which means hopefully less projects, and then the following week I'm gonna film again. So I am changing up my work schedule. I am trying to pick up more hours at one of my jobs, because coming into summer I do want to increase my hours there. So does mean it's gonna probably mean less stitching time, because those are longer days because I've got a longer commute. So let's see what happens. I hope everybody has a wonderful had a wonderful Valentine's Day, because by the time this goes up it's going to be late in the evening. And find what makes you happy. Work on the things that make you smile. Don't work on things because you're supposed to. Find your jam. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube algorithm things for me, and ciao guys.